Into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart.
And
everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
And here's another angle.
Coming off a turn 2 where we've said that it's the wind. Somebody got into the back of that car right there.
That's Ward Burton right there.
You saw a puff of tire smoke, and then everything let loose.
I think that's what started. Somebody got in back of Ward Burton off turn 2.
I'm pretty sure the 4 car got into the back of Ward Burton, turned him into the 20 car, and God help all of them because there's no place to go. Whoa, there he goes.
Oh, Bickles around, and Earnhardt got him, and up and over goes the 21 of Quaffle.
Another Richard Childress car, and this one is upside down.
9th caution, lap 183, so close to the finish, and yet so far.
Again, when you get side by side, your car's a little loose, and you can see the back of Bickles' car just starting out right there. It's out a little bit, out a little bit. It comes around. As the 26 car starts by on the outside, it just sucks that back in around.
And there's Kerry Earnhardt.
Kerry, who makes slight contact, but here's the one that, see, he's got the wheels turned, trying to go around Bickles' car, and the car just kind of pole vaults over on its side and then gets upside down.
Labonte blocks Bobby Hamilton. Cannot believe it. Contact. Bobby Labonte's over. It's the big wreck on the final lap. They're racing back for the win.
You see Bobby Hamilton, the 55 car, trying to get on the outside of Bobby Labonte. Labonte comes back down the hill, and now all of a sudden they're 4 wide. And Hamilton gets in the left rear of Bobby Labonte's car, and we see the car start tumbling down the backstretch.
And there's not a whole lot you can do. When you're behind that, all you see is smoke and cars go sideways. You just try to hold the steering wheel straight and get through it somehow.
Rode the roof the whole way, never flipped over. Just on the roof, and that's how it rode the whole way down the backstretch. Hard crash for Benson there.
Jimmy Spencer was the first car lined up on the inside, couldn't get a lap back.
Oh, trouble down here. Who is that? Is that the 26 already?
It is. Amick.
Oh, no. A car just turned down. One car just turned over. It's upside down on the back straightaway.
It's Michael.
Holy cow. What is he doing?
He slammed into Amick, Darrell, and that flip turned the car right over. Look at how he hit him with the right front.
Well, he needs to get out of there. 26 car back here. He gets around on his own. People start taking evasive action. He's coming down the hill. All of a sudden, here comes Michael
right there. Just
there it goes.
Over the left front. Catapults him upside down.
Just turned him right over. Several cars involved. Everything's going fine. You think you're in the right place, doing a good job. All of a sudden, a bunch of cars go by you on the outside. And you're still wide and say, roll, what?
Whoa, trouble.
Boy,
the 2 car upside down, over and on to Scott Briggs.
It's the big one.
Oh, boy, who is that still flipping?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
There's not anybody left.
I mean, I only see about 4 or 5 cars that are coming around through 3 and 4 right now that were not in this race. They see Mike McLaughlin in 18. They're still getting upside down. Cars driving under cars.
Let's
watch the 2 car.
Cause this.
Oh, Meal got into Riggs.
It looked like Riggs had to maybe back out of the throttle a little bit because Kenny Wallace's car washed up as they come off the exit of turn 2 right there, the 48 car. Right here, this is turn 2. Kenny Wallace, the 48 car right there.
Oh, I don't know. It looked like Shane Meal possibly just got into the back of the 10 car.
The 47 car, yeah.
Yeah, got into Riggs. Look at that 2 flipping. Looks like Rusty Wallace's flip in the number 2 Winston Cup car here not many years ago.
And when it hit the grass, it even tumbled more. There's Randy LaJoy.
Oh, trouble. Steve Park is off into the infield. Another car valve over on his lid. It's Parkindale Jr. Terrible crash. We see the Jimmy Johnson car, and there's Rusty Wallace. You see Park trying to squeeze up the outside.
I see he was trying to go on the outside of Rusty. Rusty moves up, they make contact, and Junior gets under the one car and just kind of bulldozed him into the wall and over.
Yeah, that's what actually turned him even more sideways. But I'll tell you what, that guardrail did the job.
Trouble off turn
big
4.
trouble.
Newman slams the wall.
Man.
Comes Schrader, and Newman is in the air and over. Ryan Newman, last year's Rookie of the Year. The rear end ripped from the car.
Look at that thing lift up, Larry.
Just takes off like an airplane.
That's 3,400 pounds, folks. Just lifting up in the air like a feather.
And the right rear wheel digs into the dirt and tears the whole rear end loose from the car.
Yeah, if the tire hadn't come off of the wheel, it probably wouldn't have turned over like that. But once the tire came off, and it dug in and flipped it. Gets around right there, going down into turn 1. Could be a nut. Oh my goodness! Upside down.
You're
over.
internet corner at almost 200 miles per hour.
That had to be quite a ride right there. Got to believe something's happened back here. My goodness, boy, does that not tell you how fast you're going?
There he is, right in the middle.
And these guys are dicing. Go ahead, BP.
And there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact. Watch that thing fly. It lands on that road you talked about.
And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit.
That's a hard one right here.
Oh, man.
They all look pretty hard. Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them.
Like I said, that car really held up well.
He's
trouble.
Contact on the backstretch. It's Mike Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. The time. Waltrip's over. 1, 2, 3 times for Michael Waltrip.
Well, there's the big one right there. Took a lot. There's a lot of good cars right there. Is that Sterling Marlin in there?
40 cars in it. That's Michael Waltrip's car upside down.
And when you're in a situation like that, you are just a passenger, especially when these cars start turning each other. Here you see, looks like Johnny Sauter slid up in the 30 car into Brian Vickers in the 25. A chain reaction.
Yes, that's Michael Tuckins. Yes.
And Biffle, the pole sitter, looks like he barely got through there.
So you see the tire come off of Michael's car, then it got into that grass softened by the rain, and it just dug in, just like we saw Ryan Newman's last year, and sent the car over.
There's Harvick, Kevin LePage, Johnny Benson.
Hey, Chris, we just heard Casey Kane talking to his crew chief, Tommy Baldwin. He said the track is getting tighter. Big track. Big track.
Car upside down on the back straightaway.
Carl Long has crashed hard. Collected Bobby Labonte in the process.
Man, Carl's car just took a wild tumble. There's Bobby Labonte.
The blue car in front, 46.
46.
Somebody hits.
Oh, he just gets hooked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brendan Gaughan got into the back of Joe Nemechek in the 01. Brendan Gaughan in the 77.
And Carl Long goes for the wild ride.
And that's all on driver's side right there, sliding down the racetrack. Now she starts to tumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5.5, 6 times.
Looking for his 5th win at Talladega. Works his way back to the front. And Junior, where his father won 10 times. Oh, we got a car sideways in the trail. Number 5, the checker is out, and somebody upside down. Elliott Sadler. Again. Lands on his wheels.
Yeah, good save right there. You all right?
Take a look here, and Elliott Sadler down on the bottom. Somebody blocked him.
That's Ord Burton there.
Those guys just all squeezed down. Yep. He got hit in the right front fender, turned his car inside the racetrack, and the worst thing you want to do with a race car, get on the grass.
The roof flaps deploy, but not enough to keep that 38 on the ground, and Elliott Sadler takes the Talladega tumble.
At least it didn't tumble.
Racing in the 4th position. He looks to the inside of Todd Bodine.
Todd comes down the hill, forces him to the inside. The air gets underneath the truck, turns it over. One revolution, and then back on four wheels. What a ride.
What a ride. He needs to make sure he doesn't go too fast right now. He's got a flat right front tire. Check out this look. Todd just ping-ponging back and forth, Bill.
Yeah, he bounces off of that Terry Cook truck into Rick Crawford. You can see the tire mark on the right side. You see the wheel still spinning on Rick Crawford's truck while it's up in the air.
He hits the brakes there.
He was finally smart enough to let off. That's pretty. That's using your head. He's flipping over at Daytona and he let off the gas. I'm proud of him for that.
Got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Whoa! Whoa!
Problems early on. Chad Chapin gets spun around and upside down. Chapin back onto his wheels. And we were on board with Dennis Setzer.
Let's see what happened. Looks like bunt drafting might be. Yeah, Dennis gave him a little shot. Wow.
Wow, completely over. Here goes Terry. Boy, Terry had a wild ride through the grass. He was fortunate that his truck stayed down. You see the roof flap just deploy.
Let's take another look at that one.
Bam, Dennis right there. Give him a little shot in the back and turn Chad's truck around and over, by the way.
Wow, what a view that was.
And hit on the left front wheel, so I'm sure some suspension damage to that.
Crash. Whoa, Rusty got through it.
Here we go.
Harvick slides up in front of traffic.
Cars upside down, cars everywhere.
And turn 4 is Calamity Corner once again. Watch the 22 of Scott Wimmer, the yellow car, take a wild ride here.
What started at Greg Biffle came down in the 10, or the 10 went up to Greg Biffle. They got together anyhow.
The luckiest man there was Rusty Wallace. Got a little tap, but kept on going.
Now watch Wimmer. Over once, twice, 3 on his nose, 4, wham.
Huge. I can't tell you what it does to you. You just pray that when you stop that you can remember what happened.
As Nemechek goes by him, or tries to.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Here we go again, boys.
And up and over goes Casey Mears.
What a day. I don't think I've ever seen. I've been here, coming here for 30 years. I've never seen a day like this.
That was ugly. Hamlin got turned and squeezed up into 2 cars on the high side, one of which was Mears.
There he is.
Watch Hamlin right in the middle row in the front.
Nemechek just starts coming down, down, down. Looks like he's trying to get down in front of Denny Hamlin in the 20 car, and it just didn't have enough room.
And that's what Hamlin was trying to explain to Casey Mears. He kept using that chopping motion with his right hand.
Exactly.
Explaining that Nemechek came down in front of him and turned him.
And forced him into Casey Mears.
Yeah, unless the replay shows us different, it definitely looked like Joe Nemechek just did not have Denny Hamlin cleared. Hamlin in the 20 just kept going down. There was nowhere else to go except into Casey Mears.
See Joe up on the outside there in the 87 car.
Look at the white lines. See Joe move over.
Yeah. He just was trying to, I think he thought he had him cleared. Spotter may have even told him he was clear. Boy, that 38 car, Casey Mears, it took a ride right there. Stayed on its lid, didn't start tumbling. That's one good thing.
Some problems. Getting spun around, excuse me, not upside down, spun around.
She was definitely upside down. You can see the damage to the roof of that truck. You can see Kelly moving around in the truck.
Another truck also involved back up the track a little bit further. Red flag has come out. They will attend to these 2 drivers. Talking to Kelly Sutton now in that Team Copaxson 02.
Looks like the 4 truck gets a little sideways. He might have made a slight bit of contact
with the 10 there.
With the 10 of Terry Cook. We see Kelly Sutton probably going to come along here with nowhere to go. You see he made some hard contact with the left front of Chris Fontaine's, and that sent her up into the outside wall, and somehow her truck got upside down. Let's see if we can take another look at it. Watch the 4 truck. Kelly Sutton's going to come along and clip her.
She was out of control a little bit coming in there. You could see that she was just trying to recorrect when she got into that 4.
Yeah, she was sideways. She had lost control coming in. You can see the radiator leaking there, but You're right, it flipped back over when it hit the apron.
She lost about 10 spots. Oh, we got trouble coming off of 2 already.
Matt Kenseth is around a hard hit. Kenseth took a hard hit.
Oh, we got somebody on their head.
Donnie Nuremberg in 52 goes tumbling down the backstretch and then in the inside wall.
Sauter involved in it, and that the thing about this racetrack is just
are destroyed.
It's like a pinball. When they start wrecking, there's just nowhere to go. Watch the 11. He drives down underneath the 17, the Matt Kenseth. He just touches him coming off the corner. Kenseth does everything he can to save it, and then here comes the rest of the field, and forget it. Johnny Sauter got hit hard.
We talked about it earlier in the day. There is nowhere to hide when trouble breaks out here. If you're behind it, you're probably going to be in it.
Johnny Sauter goes to the bottom of the racetrack, and that turned out to be exactly the wrong place to be. Look at Nuremberger just flipping over the back of, let's see what car that is.
Boy, John Wood did a good job getting through there. I don't think John got much damage, but here all these cars, they see what's happening. The 21 gets turned.
Michael Waltrip into the wall.
Yep.
Also, his spotter, Jimmy Brickhouse, reports to the team they think they may have some slight cosmetic damage with the crash.
Trouble in turn 1.
Oh, car on its roof.
Michael Waltrip. Mark Martin is in it. One of the championship contenders.
Elliott Sadler, the pole sitter of the 38 car.
Damage.
See Mark Martin there, and oh, looks like Elliott Sadler got turned by Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, looked like he got hit by the 48 car getting down the corner.
And Michael went over twice. Look at the rear end hanging out of Michael Waltrip's car.
The 00 is Mike Skinner.
Okay, watch up front. Watch the 48 car. And it just tags the 30. Just tags him. Just doesn't take a whole lot.
Michael coming here.
And poor Michael, he has no place. He makes contact with Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin.
That's what sent him over.
Yeah, Mark's the one that launched him.
Because NASCAR controls the shocks here, but we expect to see a new rule before we race against
trouble!
Multi-car wreck in the front of the field.
Oh, and Scott Riggs on his roof.
Oh, Riggs.
Man, there's been a lot of cars getting on their roof lately.
There we see the 41 car. Looks like he's going to get bumped from behind by the 12.
Ryan Newman in the 12. Riggs hard into the wall.
And it gets worse.
Yes. It's more. There's Biffle in the middle of it. Then he comes down off the wall.
I think would have cleared it, but he kind of got sandwiched.
Had a heck of a view.
Let's
and
see.
Here it is.
Right behind Mike Wallace.
Stay in front of you. Stay up, stay up. Easy, back it down as much as you can.
Wow, that's not what you want to see out of your windshield.
Oh my gosh.
33 lead lap cars as Paul Tracy just made a stop 1 lap down. Crash. Car upside down. Start finish line. It is Stewart.
Danny Quinn in the 50 got into it.
I don't see anyone else, but Stewart has taken a wild ride.
Tony thinks there's a hole right there that he's trying to get down in, and there's just not, he just doesn't quite have enough room to get in front of Kenny Wallace. And look at that race car. They just become like feathers blowing in the wind. Now, this is a hard lick right here. Fortunately, it's just, it's more in the left front than it is anywhere else.
The entire test session for all 3 series on the backstretch, Eric Almirola from Joe Gibbs Racing makes some contact coming down the track and ends up on his roof. Fortunately, only the car was damaged. It was a very scary looking tumble, mostly because he was upside down for quite a while, but the safety crews of the track got the car back on its wheels and got Almirola out, but a tough way to get accustomed to Daytona.
Oh, Mark got loose. Mark got loose. And Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line.
Big crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Harvick. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
We got one car on his roof coming across the start
They're
finish line.
still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere.
It'll come in here from the right in the bottom lane. Clint Boyer gets slid sideways. Whammo.
And he'll cross the start finish line unofficially upside down in the 18th position.
On fire. I mean, that's Joey Chitwood couldn't do that.
Restrictor plate racing, less than a dozen people. Oh, and we've got trouble on the track, and it's Kyle Busch upside down.
Big time crash. Kyle Busch goes upside down and rolls down across on his roof here on lap 26. Cars comes back over, and now side over side barrel rolls.
He moved to the outside to go around Casey Mears, and it looked like Tony was going to go out there to help him, and it could have possibly been a little bit of contact. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be, because you can get yourself out there, and all of a sudden the air's changing, and just a horrific wreck. But once again, Kyle Busch gets out and walks away.
Apparently some of that valve train problems they were having at Daytona carried over to the unrestricted engine, and they've had to back way
Turn
off.
2. Casey Mears. Ooh, gets tagged
and nowhere
hard.
for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to go in that 88 car.
2 more cars hard in the wall behind them. One is Hornish.
Someone has run underneath the 5 car, it looks
the
like.
Others Reed Sorensen, and Mears ends up on his roof.
It's Sam Hornish in the 77, because I knew the car just picked up off the ground all of a sudden.
There was some talk of whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, guys, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh, my gosh.
Michael's moving around in the car. My goodness. That's the part of the racetrack.
I can't even hardly watch that.
It's a part of the racetrack, but Murray said was a little slick getting in. Not knowing if Michael changed his line a little bit, got a little too much into that speedy.
Crash along the front straightaway, including Stenhouse in 62 of Brendan Gaughan, the 15 of Michael Annett. So the caution comes out again.
Oh, no.
It'll be our 10th.
He lost it, overcorrected, and went right into your door. No gas, no gas.
So Stenhouse, who had a really strong run going in the top 15, is involved in this.
Man, look at all the damage you got right here. This car's been upside down. This is Joe Nimitz.
Take a look, boy.
Holy cow.
He was
Joe's
upside
car.
down. Yeah, that car definitely, whenever you can see the roof flaps, take a look. Here we go.
Okay, he's looking inside of Michael Annett, and this wreck happens in front of them.
There is the 16. He's already turned around. That all happened in front.
Now, where's Joe Nemechek?
Oh, right there.
Gosh.
Who got in? And it was the 16 with a Stenhouse.
Gracious.
He ends up going over. Take another look.
Oh. Okay, does that qualify? Everything's going to get crazy?
Yeah,
I think that's crazy. That's crazy.
That win.
Out of control goes Kenseth.
Over on his roof.
Get back on the wheels. Looked for a minute like he might save it, but then got down there. Golly, this is tough.
Yeah, and Matt really did a great job. If he goes up in front, he takes out 15 or 18 cars, so he did a great job of not creating that situation.
Goes to the outside as Edwards goes. Oh, no! He turns him. No!
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
No!
Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh, Brad Keselowski won this race.
The 09's going to look to the outside where he already has. Carl went up to block him a little bit. Now he's going to come down to try to block him again, and you get one shot at it, but you don't get two. Watch this.
What a lick.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
And take the lead away from Newman, but Newman will have nothing of it.
No, got trouble getting into 3, guys.
Joey Logano.
Big crash.
Oh, he's upside down.
Over and over, Logano goes between 3 and 4.
No.
The car will come back to rest on all 4 tires. Heavy, heavy crash here on lap 32.
Really just kind of a stack-up effect. Like one of them got on the brakes and kind of forced. Yeah, look at Tony Stewart just missing this crash. Man, here's where it really gets exciting. Man.
We talked about that there's nowhere to go as you come off of these corners, and when something like this happens, you make a commitment, and you've got one opportunity really to miss this wreck.
We've heard. Oh, here's a car upside down.
Big time crash upside down.
Oh, it's Ryan Newman.
See Kevin Harvick there. Marcus Ambrose.
Ambrose is there, comes across. Harvick stops, and Newman's car comes to rest upside down on its roof. Watch the car get turned around.
He and his teammate Tony Stewart got into the wall, but you can see it turns Ryan Newman around. As soon as it does, it's almost like that wing acts as to help to lift the car up. Lands on Kevin Harvick's hood. See Elliott Sadler there involved.
Elliott trying to jam the brakes on to keep him hitting the 39 as it was pirouetting up the track. He's able to miss it. Harvick able to get the car woed down as the 39 just comes rolling down on its roof onto the grass and comes over again another 360 before coming to rest on its top.
Oh, here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh,
crash behind you. Crash.
Oh, Mark's down.
Mark Martin is over on his roof,
back on his wheel.
into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudiman is there, Reagan is there, Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon.
Looks like Keselowski got into the 2 a little too hard, but Jimmy Johnson just in front of that 82 car, you can see sneaks by there, along with Michael Waltrip.
Looks like Keselowski was actually getting a little bit of a shove from behind too from Brian Vickers. Kind of a stack up that caused it.
And Mark Martin went completely over on his roof, back over on the wheels, came and hit the outside wall and slid down across the grass.
Once again, just on the inside of Brandon.
Oh, look out!
Trouble.
Oh, and upside down is Earnhardt. This is going to be a mess.
Behind us, waving.
The 33 of Harvick, Joey Logano involved.
There's Dale right at the right side of your screen. Oh, there's contact behind him between Carl Edwards and
Carl Edwards got up into
Keselowski. And boy, it just flipped Dale over. And then there's nowhere for these guys to go. That's Kyle Busch. That's the damage he sustained. There's Brendan Gaughan.
You got to wonder why Carl Edwards would make a move like that on the straightaway. He kind of made an abrupt move up to the outside lane there. I don't know if he thought he was clear.
You're on it now. 3 to go.
First oval track win. He won it in Infineon 96 races ago on the road course.
And half a
second. And the 99 has turned over Brad Keselowski.
And we have a caution.
My goodness.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Keselowski was on track for a 6th place finish.
Boy,
and we're told there was contact between Edwards and Keselowski.
A little crossover move here by Carl. Clean here, clean here. Just slight contact. Look at that thing go.
That looks so much like Edwards' turnover at Talladega off the bumper of Keselowski.
Kyle Busch was in the truck. He's driving. Oh, there they go.
Hornaday goes around. The Ray Karthikeyan almost upside down, and he does go on his hood as Ron Hornaday.
There just wasn't any way.
Hornaday rolls again in turn number 1.
Looked like the Todd got pushed by the 95 of Grant Enfinger, and it turned him into the truck on the inside of him. And then you see Ron Hornaday going upside down. Grant was just doing what he saw there. Ooh, wow, look at that hit late.
White flag.
White flag is out. 2.6 miles to go. Oh, trouble, the big one on the dinger, on his lid. Side over side, end over end.
Hey, Jimmy Johnson got out of shape first there. It saves it. And right behind him, everybody starts getting together. Looks like Tony Stewart forces Allmendinger upside down.
Boy, and that, thank goodness the safer barriers on that inside wall.